Today we're going to work on measurements. When I did an informal survey of what types of problems were on the ASVAB practice tests, measurements came out as the most common one. So we're going to look at those. That consists of two different things. First is conversions to go from one unit to another. And second is math using units, especially when that math contains more than one type of unit. The book that we use for the problems, solving word problems, has a page in it that has a bunch of conversion factors listed. Since not everybody's got this book, I put the most important ones up on the board. I'm going to get out of the way and let you pause the video and copy these down. So let's go through them real quick. We've got a pound is 16 ounces, a ton is 2,000 pounds, a minute is 60 seconds, an hour is 60 minutes, a day is 24 hours, a week is 7 days, a year is 365 days, 12 months, and 52 weeks. All right, if we have a week being 7 days and 4 weeks in a month, then we don't have 52 weeks, we have 48. However, the only month with four weeks in it is February. Everything else has 4 2/7 or 3/7, which is ugly, so we just don't use those. So if you run across a question that talks about weeks and years, you use 52. If you run across a question that talks about months and years, you use 12. Okay? A decade is 10 years, a century is 100 years, a foot is 12 inches, a yard is 3 feet, we use that one a lot. A mile is 5,280 feet, or 1,760 yards. A cup is 8 ounces. Okay, these ounces are fluid ounces. They're different ounces than the pound. Okay? This is because the imperial system we use is stupid. A pint is 2 cups, a quart is 2 pints, and a gallon is 4 quarts. Okay, those are the major ones we'll be using. There might be some more that creep in. It's important that you write these down because the ASVAB does not let you take anything in, and they do not supply these for you. What I generally recommend people doing when they're taking the ASVAB is to memorize these right before going in, just repeating them in your head over and over and over, and take out a sheet of paper and write them down right away. Clear them out of your head, but you'll have them available for use. Okay, when we change from one unit to another, we need what's called a conversion factor. All right, that is generally something per something else. A very commonly known one is miles per hour. On US roads, that's generally 55 miles per hour for like freeways. This lets us to convert miles into hours and hours into miles. For example, if we were driving for 55 miles an hour, for 6 hours, the hours would cancel, and we have 55 times 60 and miles left over. So 330 miles. What if we have the number of miles and want to know the number of hours? What if we have 440 miles. All right. We want hours. So we look at our conversion factor. Hours is on the bottom here. That means that we have to flip the whole thing upside down. Okay? The 55 stays with the miles because this 55 miles an hour is actually 55 miles divided by 1 hour. Okay, now our miles cancel, our units say hours. That's how we know that we're doing it right, that we need to divide rather than multiply. We look at the units. Units will usually tell you what to do in a problem. So if you have a hard time figuring out whether you're adding or subtracting or multiplying or dividing or what you're supposed to be doing with this number, look at the units. Okay, 440 divided by 55 is 8 hours. Okay, that's how we do conversions. Let's look at M1 number 4. Woody has a board 5 1/4 yards long. So let's draw this board. If he cuts off a piece that is 1 yard, 1 foot long, how long is the remaining piece? So we have 5 1/4 yards minus 1 yard, 1 foot. Okay, we have all sorts of different units going on here. So how do we do that? Okay, well, first thing we have to do is get this 1/4 yard and this foot in the same units. Okay, we know that 3 feet make a yard. Okay, so multiplying this 1/4 by 3 is not going to help. We'd end up with 3/4 minus 1 foot. So we need to change everything into inches. Okay, we need to change these two things into inches. We could change everything into inches and then subtract and then change back, but that's a lot more work than I want to do. Okay, 1 yard is 36 inches. So 1/4 times 36 is the same as dividing 36 by 4, which gives us 9 inches. So this is, we're going to rewrite this real quick. We're going to make a column for yards and a column for inches. So this is 5 yards, 9 inches. We're going to be subtracting off the 1 yard, 1 foot. Well, 1 foot is 12 inches. Note that we keep these separate. We can even draw a line down the middle. Because they're different quantities, you can't mix them. You can never add or subtract anything that is not the same unit. All right, but 9 is not big enough for us to subtract 12 from, so we need to borrow. So what we do is we take one of these yards and we change it into 36 inches. And then we add that to the 9. 9 plus 36 is 45. Okay, so just to be clear, 5 yards, 9 inches is the same as 4 yards, 45 inches. These two equal each other. All we did is we took one of the yards and we cut it up into inches. so that we could do the subtraction. Okay, now we can subtract. 4 minus 1 is 3, so we have 3 yards. 33 inches is our answer. All right, now M1 number 5. If one tire weighs 18 pounds, 13 ounces, how much will 4 tires weigh? We have pounds. Put it over here. And we have ounces. 18 pounds, 13 ounces. And we need to multiply both of these by 4. Why? Because here's the tire. All right. Starting here, we go like that far. Here's the 18 pounds. Here's the 13 ounces. Okay, the tire has to have both those pieces to it. So if we're buying 4 tires, we want 4 whole tires. We don't want 4 mostly whole tires. And if we take out that 13 ounces, it doesn't hold air very well. So let's do this. 1252 ounces. 18 times 4, 8 times 4 is 32. 7. So we have 72 pounds, 52 ounces. But that's not really the correct answer because we can't leave this in such a complex form, okay? It's a good way to hide your weight if somebody says, oh, how much do you weigh? And you say, well, I weigh 1,643 ounces. You know, it doesn't give the information. So we need to break this down. So what we do is I count by 16s, okay, because it's 16 ounces to the pound. Okay, 16 is 1 pound, 32 is 2 pounds, 48 is 3 pounds, and we're not going to get more than that out, okay? So this 52 ounces is 52 minus 48, it's 4. So we have 3 pounds, 4 ounces from multiplying the ounce part. So we need to add these 3 pounds to these 72 pounds. So we get 75 pounds, 4 ounces as our answer. Okay, M1 number 6. If the bovine family drinks 24 quarts, 1 pint of milk in a week, how much milk do they drink in one day? 24 quarts, 1 pint. $24 pints, 1. All right, I used to have a lot of trouble remembering cups, pints, quarts, gallons, what order they went into, etc. So I came up with this mnemonic to help remember. Okay? Cups, pints, and quarts are in alphabetical order. Gallons is kind of stuck on the bottom because it's big. 2, 2, 4. You can remember 2 times 2 is 4, or 2 plus 2 is 4, whatever you want to do. Okay? If you're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, you multiply. I cannot write sideways. If you're going from a smaller one to a larger one, you divide. Okay? So, write this down. Memorize it, because this is a very helpful thing. All right, so we're going from 24 quarts to pints. So we're multiplying by 2. Okay? So what we have here, 24 quarts equals 48 pints. Plus this pint means that in a week they drink 49 pints. Okay, now we're going to divide that by 7 because it says they drink this in a week, and we want to know how many pints they drink in a day. If you want everything there, we have 49 pints per week. And we can go and then we have to put week up here and then 7 days. Okay, 7 days per week. We want the weeks to cancel, so the week has to be on the top. So we have 49 divided by 7 gives us pints per day. 49 divided by 7 is 7. Seven pints per day. Let's look at M2 number 9. The feed bin sold 14.5 gallons of chocolate milk at 40 cents a pint. How much money did they receive? Okay. We have 14.5 gallons. And we're selling it for 40 cents per pint. And we want to know how much money they got. Okay, so we need to change gallons into pints. And then we got to multiply it by this. Okay, remember the pint is on the bottom. We want it to cancel. That'll give us the number of cents, which we can change to dollars. Okay, so 14.5 gallons. And we want pints. So we're going from gallons to pints. So we're going to multiply. We've got 4 and 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. So it's 8 pints to the gallon. So we need to multiply this 14.5 by 8. Half of 8 is 4. 8 times 4 is 32. 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 116 pints in 14.5 gallons. So now we're going to multiply this times the 40 cents. We can write it like this and cancel out the units just to be sure that we know that we're multiplying. So 116 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 4, 5, 6. Okay. 4, 6, 4, and then we tack on the 0 because it's 40 cents, not 4 cents. Put in our decimal and we got $46.40 is how much they made. I'm going to do a quick one on the metric system. There's only one in this entire book because the metric system is so easy to do conversion with. M1, number 1. Linen has a piece of cloth 3.5 meters long. How many centimeters long is this fabric? Okay. Centi means 100. A century is 100 years. A cent is 1/100th of a penny. So to get from meters to centimeters, we multiply by 100, which is just moving the decimal 2 places. $350 centimeters. That's the end of that one. M1, number 2. If a piggy bank contains 42 quarters, 24 dimes, and 35 nickels, how much is in the pig? Okay. 42 quarters, 24 dimes, and 35 nickels. Okay. Well, dimes is easy. Dimes is 10 cents, so that's $2.40. Done. All right. Nickels is cut it in half and move the decimal, because nickels are 5 cents. And multiplying by 5 is cutting it in half and moving the decimal. All right, so cutting it in half, 35 divided in half, well 30 divided by half is 15, and then we got the 2.5 from here, so 17.5. And then we move the decimal 1, and we get $1.75. Another way to do this one is to say, okay, it's 20 nickels to the dollar, and we are 5 nickels short of 40, which would be $2. So 5 nickels is 25 cents. So we've got $2 minus 25 cents is $1.75. That's another way to do that one. Quarters, there's 4 quarters to the dollar. So if we have 40 quarters, that's $10. So $10, and then we have 2 quarters left over, so it's $10.50. And we add them up. It fills out to 7. We have 1 left over, so 6 for $14.65. And one number 3. Bessie Murr worked in the steel mill. She worked. Let's put hours here and minutes here. 7 hours, 30 minutes on Monday. 8 hours, 45 minutes on Tuesday. 8 hours, 15 minutes on Wednesday. 9 hours, 5 minutes on Thursday. And 6 hours, 45 minutes on Friday. How many hours total did she work? Okay, remember when we were adding columns, I said to make tens. Okay, first we can just look for tens and see if we've got anything here. Okay, in this case, since we're 60 minutes to an hour, we're not looking for tens, we're looking for 60s. 45 and 15 is a 60. That's 1. All right, 30 is 15 plus 15. 15, not 13. All right, we could take one of these 15s and group it with this 45 and get a second hour. Now we have 15 plus 5, so 20 minutes here. Okay, this is a 2 that's being carried. 2 and 8 is 10. Let's see, this needs a 3, this needs a 2, and this needs a 1. So hey, that's 6. Which is what we got here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 40 hours and 20 minutes is the answer for that one. Handicraft was building a 3-shelf bookcase. Each shelf was 1 yard, 2 feet long. How much wood did Hand need in order to make the shelves? Okay. It is 1 yard, 2 feet. And we're multiplying by 3 because there's 3 shelves. 3 feet, 3 yards, and 6 feet. Okay? 6 feet is 2 yards because it's 3 yards to the foot. So that's, we're going to add that on, get 5 yards. Okay, this is the correct way that you'd be giving the distance. Unfortunately, the question has answers in feet. Well, how many feet is 5 yards? That's 15 feet. So 15 feet is the answer they're looking for in this particular problem. Okay, this is kind of a pain in the butt problem. M2 number 2. The mess hall purchased 9 hams, each weighing 12 pounds, 7 ounces, and 7 turkeys, each weighing 19 pounds, 3 ounces. How much more turkey did they purchase? So we're going to have to take that 12 pounds, 7 ounces and multiply it by 9. And the 19 pounds, 3 ounces and multiply it by 7 and then subtract. So let's do turkey. and ham. Turkey we had 7. I'll have the number here, of pounds here, of ounces here. 7, 19 pounds, 3 ounces. 9 hams, 12 pounds, 7 ounces. Okay, so now we have to multiply 7 times these two and 9 times these two. All right, so we're going to have pounds and ounces here. 19 times 7 is the same as 20 times 7 minus 7. 20 times 7 is 140, so this is 133. It's 133 pounds. 3 times 7 is 21 ounces. Now 12 times 9 is 90 plus 18, so that's 108. And 7 times 9 is 63. Okay, now we've got this problem. 63 is bigger than 21. But they're both bigger than 16. So let's change some of these ounces into pounds so that we're less than 21. Okay, so let's count by 16s. 16, 32, 48. If we go one more, we get 64. 64 is too big. So we have 3 pounds. So 63 minus 48 is 15. So we need to add 3 to the 108 and subtract 48 here. If we do that, we have 111 and 15. So we have 22 pounds, 6 ounces. M2 number 4. The sign on the overpass said clearance 22 feet 11 inches. A flatbed truck with a flatbed of 5 feet 8 inches above the ground was hauling a helicopter with a high point of 16 feet 11 inches. How much clearance will there be? All right, this one's kind of difficult to do without drawing the picture. Always draw the picture if you have any doubts whatsoever with what's going on. So we've got this overpass, and it is 22 feet 11 inches. We've got a flatbed truck whose bed is 5 feet 8 inches. On it we've got a helicopter. Yes, the art world suffered when I decided to teach math instead. And the helicopter is 16 feet 11 inches. And they're asking how big this space is here. Okay? There's 2 ways to do this one. We're going to subtract these 2 numbers from this 22 feet 11 inches. All right? Let's just subtract off the 16 first, simply because they both have 11 inches. So we have 22 feet 11 inches minus 16 feet 11 inches. That gives us an even 6 feet and no inches. All right, we're subtracting off 5 foot 8 from that. And we have to borrow. We have to break one of these feet into 12 inches. So then we have 5 feet 12 inches minus 5 feet 8 inches. So the clearance is 4 inches. If you wanted to add them together first, we can do that one too. "16 feet 11 inches plus 5 feet 8 inches gives us 21 feet 19 inches. But since 19 is bigger than 12, we want to subtract 12 off. That gives us 22 feet 7 inches. So we've got 22 feet 7 inches. 0 feet 4 inches is our answer again. All right, now it's your turn. I'm going to give you a problem. You can pause the video, do the problem, start the video, and I'll show you how to do the problem. Okay, first problem. Charlie caught a fish that weighed 14 pounds, 9 ounces. Hud caught one that was 18 pounds, 2 ounces. How much more did Hud's fish weigh? Pause the video and do the problem. Then restart the video to see the answer. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse these so that I have the larger number on top. All right, that prevents me from doing this subtraction here because we get 7 ounces here and then we get a -4 here, and it screws people up. Okay, so be careful that your ounces and pounds stay linked. Okay, we'll just copy Charlie down over here. And erase them from the top. All right, so we're subtracting this. We cannot subtract 9 from 2, so we have to break one of these pounds down into ounces. So we change this 18 pounds to 17 pounds, 16 ounces. And then add the 16 ounces to the 2. So now we have 17 pounds, 16 plus 2 is 18 ounces, minus 14 pounds, 9 ounces. All right, so now we have 9 ounces and we have 3 pounds. So our answer is 3 pounds, 9 ounces. Second problem. M2, number 1. Sam drove from Fort Hood to Fort Bliss in 10 hours and 19 minutes. Eddie drove the same distance in 8 hours, 55 minutes. How much longer did Sam take? Pause the video and do the problem. All right, let's look at that. We got Sam. We have hours and minutes. So Sam took 10 hours, 19 minutes. Eddie took 8 hours, 55 minutes. All right, we can't subtract 55 from 19. So I have to steal one of these hours and make it 60 minutes and add it to the 19. So we have 9 hours, 79 minutes, minus 8 hours, 55 minutes. 1 hour, 24 minutes is our answer. M2, number 6. A 2-pound package of cheese cost $6.40. Sam Pelt only wanted 9 ounces. How much would 9 ounces cost? This is actually a ratio problem, so use a ratio to solve this problem, as well as changing the units. Okay, we have a 2-pound cheese and it costs $6.40. So we got $6.40 over 2. And we want to know how much 9 ounces cost. So we're going to have the X up here. Our cost and weight. We have 9 ounces. This is pounds. But we can't do that. We need to change the units. So 16 ounces to the pound. We multiply by 2. So we get 32 ounces. Okay? So now let's rewrite this. 640 over 32 equals X over 9. This is times 20. So this needs to be times 20. So our answer is $1.80. That's all for today. So tomorrow we'll be doing fractions. I'll see you then.